8 Hollywood stars allegedly changed forever by buccal fat removal. Hollywood has always chased the perfect face. Sharper cheekbones, slimmer profiles, angles that look flawless under studio lights and Instagram filters. But what happens when a beauty trend meant to sculpt youth ends up erasing it entirely? Today, we're examining buccal fat removal, a cosmetic procedure many insiders now call Hollywood's biggest beauty regret. According to multiple Beverly Hills plastic surgeons, this is the one procedure celebrities are increasingly trying and failing to reverse. This is the surgery people don't fully understand, one surgeon explained anonymously. Once that fat pad is removed, it's gone forever. What looks sculpted at 25 can look skeletal at 35. Buccal fat removal permanently extracts the natural fat pads that give the face softness and youthful fullness. While the promise is sharper cheekbones, the reality often becomes something far more troubling. Hollow cheeks, premature aging, and a face that no longer resembles the original. A veteran Hollywood casting director put it bluntly, "We're seeing an epidemic of what I call surgery face. Young stars trying to look high fashion end up looking decades older. Hollow cheeks are associated with aging, not youth. Unlike fillers or Botox, this procedure cannot be undone. It permanently alters facial structure, removing tissue that normally protects against aging over time." Today, we're looking at 8 high-profile celebrities whose facial transformations have sparked widespread discussion, concern, and controversy. These cases reveal the hidden cost of chasing trends and how Instagram perfection has created a generation of stars who may have aged their faces far too early. 1. Lea Michele, from fresh face to hollowed. When Lea Michele rose to fame in 2009 as Rachel Berry on Glee, her youthful appearance was part of her appeal. Full cheeks, soft contours, and a relatable beauty that matched her teenage role perfectly. "She had what we call a baby face," explained a celebrity esthetician. "Naturally full cheeks that made her look younger than her age. That was a huge advantage early in her career. But around 2016, subtle changes began appearing. By 2018, the transformation was impossible to ignore. The softness of her cheeks gave way to noticeable hollowing beneath the cheekbones, creating a sharper, more mature appearance. While Michele has never confirmed undergoing buccal fat removal, experts note the changes are highly consistent with the procedure. "There's a specific pattern of hollowing you don't usually see from weight loss alone," the esthetician explained. The result? A face that many observers say looks older than her actual age. "She went from youthful to prematurely angular," said a television casting director. "It's limiting. She's not even 40, but the facial hollowing makes younger roles much harder to cast." Fans quickly noticed. Online reactions shifted from admiration to confusion, with many asking the same question. What happened to her face? 2. Bella Hadid, from natural beauty to extreme sculpting. When Bella Hadid first entered the modeling world, she possessed a kind of beauty that felt effortless. Soft cheeks, balanced proportions, and a face that appeared youthful yet elegant. As the daughter of Yolanda Hadid and sister of Gigi Hadid, expectations were already enormous, but her early look was still distinctly her own. Industry insiders recall that Bella's face, while beautiful, lacked the exaggerated angles traditionally favored in high-fashion runway modeling. "She had a softer, more approachable beauty at first," explained a fashion photographer who worked during her early career. "It was commercial, not extreme." That changed rapidly. Between 2016 and 2018, Bella's facial structure underwent a striking transformation. Her once gently rounded cheeks developed deep hollows beneath the cheekbones, creating razor-sharp angles that instantly redefined her appearance. The shift was dramatic and noticeably fast. "This wasn't gradual aging," the photographer continued. "This was a surgical-looking change." While Bella has never confirmed buccal fat removal, cosmetic experts widely agree that the pattern of hollowing strongly resembles the procedure. The mid-face concavity, combined with accentuated cheekbones, created a sculpted aesthetic that quickly became her signature. From a professional standpoint, the transformation worked. High-fashion brands embraced the sharper look. Designers favored her severe angles. Editorial spreads celebrated her new, almost otherworldly appearance. Bella's career skyrocketed, but not without controversy. Her face became striking, but also less human, observed a veteran fashion editor. She went from model to something closer to a mannequin. Critics argue that while the look photographs powerfully in controlled lighting, it can appear harsh and hollow in motion or natural environments. Many fans noticed that the warmth and softness that once made her relatable had vanished. What makes Bella Hadid's case particularly significant is her influence. As one of the most photographed women in the world, her face has become a reference point, not just for fashion, but for cosmetic surgery. Patients come in asking to look like Bella, revealed a Beverly Hills plastic surgeon. They don't realize that her face likely required permanent surgical changes, not makeup or contour. The danger, experts warn, is longevity. Natural facial fat helps preserve youth as the skin loses elasticity with age. Removing it early may create a striking look in one's 20s, but can dramatically accelerate aging later in life. What looks fashionable now may look skeletal in 10 years, the surgeon warned. Bella's transformation helped normalize an extreme aesthetic, one that many young women are now chasing, often without understanding the permanent cost. 3. Chrissy Teigen, honesty after the point of no return. Chrissy Teigen stands apart from most celebrities on this list for one key reason. She admitted it. In late 2021, Teigen publicly confirmed she had undergone buccal fat removal, openly discussing the procedure on social media. In an industry built on denial and silence, her transparency was shocking. She didn't just admit it, she explained it, noted a celebrity journalist. That level of openness is extremely rare. Teigen described the decision as personal and framed it within the context of constant public scrutiny over her weight and appearance. She pointed directly to her cheeks and acknowledged the fat removal without deflection. The visual change was immediate and noticeable. Teigen's face, once known for expressive fullness and warmth, developed pronounced hollows beneath the cheekbones. The shadows created by the missing fat altered her facial proportions, giving her a sharper, more angular look. Fans reacted instantly. "She looks different," became a common refrain across social media. While some praised the sculpted aesthetic, many expressed discomfort, noting she appeared older and less recognizable. What makes Teigen's case particularly compelling is her reflection afterward. In later interviews, she acknowledged that she may not have needed the procedure at all. While she stopped short of expressing regret, her comments suggested doubt, a rare admission in celebrity culture. "She's one of the few who publicly questioned the choice," said an image consultant. "But once it's done, it's done. Buccal fat removal does not grow back. There is no reversal. Even fillers cannot fully recreate the natural structure that was removed." Teigen's case highlights a critical warning. Even informed adults with access to top surgeons can underestimate the long-term impact of facial fat removal. For Madonna, when reinvention crosses into irreversible. For over 4 decades, Madonna has been the undisputed queen of reinvention. Each era of her career introduced a new visual identity, sometimes provocative, sometimes elegant, but always intentional. From the raw energy of the 1980s to the polished sophistication of her later years, Madonna's face aged in a way that many considered remarkably graceful. Unlike many of her contemporaries, Madonna maintained natural facial fullness well into her 40s and early 50s. That fullness, especially in the cheeks, played a critical role in preserving a youthful appearance even as time inevitably progressed. Facial fat acts as structural support. It cushions the skin, softens bone structure, and delays the hollowing that is universally associated with aging. That is why the changes observed in Madonna's face over the past decade have been so jarring. Industry experts believe that buccal fat removal likely became part of a broader cosmetic strategy aimed at preserving youth rather than surrendering to it. The defining feature of this change is the sudden concavity in the midface region, specifically beneath the cheekbones, where fullness once existed. When you see hollowing that deep in someone who naturally carried volume for decades, it's not accidental, explained a facial aesthetics specialist who has treated high-profile performers. That's surgical. What makes Madonna's case uniquely troubling is timing. Buccal fat removal is already controversial in younger patients, but in older individuals its impact is magnified. Facial fat naturally diminishes with age. Removing it surgically accelerates a process that the body is already undergoing. You're essentially removing the last protective layer, the specialist added. Once it's gone, the aging effect compounds rapidly. In Madonna's recent appearances, the contrast within her face has become stark. Certain areas appear unnaturally full, suggesting heavy filler use, while others appear sharply hollowed. This creates a segmented appearance, where different parts of the face seem disconnected from one another. The result is not rejuvenation, but confusion. What people are reacting to isn't age, said a celebrity image analyst. It's imbalance. Our brains are wired to recognize natural facial harmony. When that harmony is disrupted, it creates discomfort. In attempting to maintain youth, Madonna inadvertently highlighted the very passage of time she sought to obscure. Her face now draws attention not to her artistry or influence, but to the visible struggle against aging itself. This shift has had a profound impact on public perception. Once celebrated for pushing cultural boundaries through music, fashion, and sexuality, Madonna is now frequently discussed in the context of cosmetic excess. Social media commentary often focuses less on her performances and more on her appearance, an outcome few artists desire. It's tragic in a way, observed a music journalist who has followed Madonna's career for decades. She spent her life controlling the narrative. Now the narrative controls her. High-definition cameras, unfiltered fan photos, and relentless online scrutiny have made cosmetic alterations impossible to conceal. In earlier decades, carefully lit magazine shoots could mask surgical changes. Today, every angle is documented, analyzed, and archived, and buccal fat removal leaves nowhere to hide. The hollowing it creates does not soften with time. It deepens. For Madonna, this means that as her skin continues to lose elasticity naturally, the absence of underlying fat exaggerates every contour. Cheek hollows grow more pronounced. Shadows become harsher. The face appears gaunt rather than lifted. Ironically, the very feature she sacrificed, facial fullness, is what allows many women to age gracefully. Natural fat is nature's filler, explained the aesthetic specialist. Once it's gone, you're fighting gravity with synthetic solutions. Fillers can add volume, but they cannot replicate natural fat distribution. Over time, they migrate, distort, and often worsen the imbalance created by fat removal. This cycle frequently leads to additional procedures in an attempt to correct earlier ones. Aesthetic escalation becomes inevitable. Madonna's transformation serves as one of the clearest warnings about trend-driven cosmetic decisions. Buccal fat removal may produce fashionable sharpness in controlled lighting, but its long-term consequences are unforgiving, especially as the face ages. For younger celebrities watching Madonna's journey, the lesson is clear. Procedures chosen for short-term visual impact can carry lifelong consequences. Once removed, facial fat does not return. Trends fade, cameras evolve, but the face remains. And Madonna's face, once a symbol of defiance, reinvention, and power, now stands as a cautionary example of what happens when the pursuit of eternal youth overrides the body's natural design. 5. Zoe Kravitz, subtle change, major impact. Zoe Kravitz built her early career on uniqueness. Her face was balanced, delicate, and ethereal. Not overly sculpted, not overly soft. Around 2018, that balance shifted. Red carpet appearances revealed new shadows beneath her cheekbones. The softness disappeared. Her face appeared more hollow, more angular, and noticeably more severe. The change was sudden, said a casting director. Not something you'd expect from normal aging. While still elegant, critics argue she lost the softness that once set her apart. In trying to fit high fashion standards, she moved closer to sameness, a photographer observed. The irony is that her earlier look was already rare. 6. Megan Fox, the cost of chasing perfection. Megan Fox was once considered the gold standard of modern beauty. In the late 2000s, her face represented a rare balance, softness paired with striking symmetry. Full cheeks, almond-shaped eyes, and natural contours made her instantly recognizable. She didn't just look beautiful, she looked distinct. But over the years, that distinction slowly faded. By the mid-2010s, fans began noticing subtle changes. Her cheekbones appeared sharper, her mid-face slimmer. At first, many attributed it to makeup, lighting, or weight loss. But as time went on, the transformation became impossible to ignore. The fullness that once gave her face warmth had been replaced by hollowness, particularly in the buccal region beneath the cheekbones. Multiple facial plastic surgeons have pointed to buccal fat removal as a likely contributor, possibly combined with fillers and tightening procedures. The structure is different now, explained one Los Angeles-based surgeon. This isn't just aging. The fat that supports the midface is gone. What makes Megan Fox's case especially notable is how young she was when these changes became visible. Buccal fat naturally diminishes with age, but removing it early often accelerates the aging process. The result can be a sharper, more angular look that photographs dramatically but lacks softness in motion. Fans often insist that she is still beautiful, and they're not wrong. But many also agree on one thing: she no longer looks like herself. She lost what made her iconic, noted an entertainment journalist. The mystery, the softness, the balance. It's been replaced by something more artificial. Megan Fox's transformation highlights a growing Hollywood paradox. In chasing perfection, even the most naturally beautiful faces risk losing the very features that made them unforgettable. 7. Dove Cameron, a sudden and startling shift. Dove Cameron's transformation stunned fans who had watched her grow up in front of the camera. As a Disney Channel star, she was known for her round cheeks, bright eyes, and youthful softness, features that matched her age and public persona perfectly. Then, almost overnight, everything changed. Around 2020, fans noticed a dramatic shift in her facial structure. The once full cheeks appeared hollow. The soft curves of her face gave way to sharp angles, deep shadows, and a noticeably narrower midface. Side-by-side comparisons spread rapidly online, sparking confusion and concern. "She looks much older than her age," said a youth culture reporter. Not in a natural way, but in a way that suggests something structural changed. Cosmetic experts quickly weighed in. While Dove Cameron has never publicly confirmed specific procedures, many believe buccal fat removal played a key role. The sudden loss of cheek volume at such a young age is highly unusual, one facial analyst noted. That kind of hollowing doesn't happen naturally in your early 20s. Former child stars often face intense pressure to break away from youthful branding. The desire to appear more mature, more sophisticated, more adult, can push young celebrities toward irreversible cosmetic decisions. In Dove's case, the results sparked a wider conversation about how Hollywood pressures young women to grow up and look older far too quickly. While Dove continues to work and evolve creatively, many fans still mourn the loss of her natural facial softness. Her transformation serves as a cautionary tale. Some changes can't be undone, especially when made too early. 8. Khloe Kardashian, a face changed on camera. Khloe Kardashian's facial evolution is uniquely documented through years of reality television. Her cheek hollows appeared even during weight fluctuations, a strong indicator of surgical fat removal. "She lost her distinctiveness," said an image analyst. The face became more standard. Her transformation sparked endless debate, admiration from some, concern from others.